Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome back to another Weddings Done Right Radio, the how to for the I do. This is the Love is Not Canceled in Las Vegas show. And I want to thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Jodi Harris, and I am the president of the Las Vegas Wedding Chamber of Commerce. I am also the owner and CEO of fun of a company here in Las Vegas called Sight and Sound Events. And I am super excited to bring in our guest today. She is the Clark County Clerk, and we're going to bring her into the stream. There she is. That is Lynn Marie Goya, everybody. If you don't know who she is, you'll probably see her signature on your marriage license. There you go. Lynn, welcome to Weddings Done Right Radio. It is a privilege and an honor to have you join us here today.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Jodi.
This is going to be awesome. So, Lynn, the first question I have for you is love canceled in Las Vegas?
Jodi, love is not canceled in Las Vegas. We always are a city of love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me, Lynn, a little bit about what it is that you do. What does your department, what do you guys do over there?
So the Clark County Clerk and clerks throughout the country are typically an elected position. And we do many jobs, but one of the main ones that we do is oversee the Marriage License Bureau. So we're the ones that issue your marriage license. In Nevada, we license the marriage officiants. You have to go to a licensed officiant to get married after you get your license. And then we file the certified married copy so that you can get the legal proof that you were married.
That's awesome. That's what it is. That's great. And so everybody has to come and visit you, obviously.
Every single person who gets married in Clark County goes through my office.
And your office is open?
It is. Our hours are pretty unusual. We're open 365 days a year, rain or shine, mostly shine. Holidays, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, Christmas, from 8 in the morning until midnight every day. So 365 days a year, 8 a.m. to midnight. We have multiple offices, but with COVID, right now we only have the main Marriage License Bureau, which is downtown Las Vegas at Clark and 3rd.
Wow. And is there a line usually? What's it like? What's it like now? What's it like now getting married? Today, I should say, today is July 22nd, 2020, for those of you who are watching. So news changes, things change. But as of today, Lynn, what's it like in your office? Like, are there lines for people to get married? What's it like?
Well, before the shutdown, we were doing about 200 couples licenses a day. So about 200 couples a day, which is a pretty nice clip. If that's the case, then we typically have lines throughout the day, and then during quiet times it clears out. When we came back, there was a line literally around the block when we reopened. But after a couple of days, it kind of calmed down again. But as of July, we appear to be averaging right around 200 licenses a day. So it's busy, it's hot outside. If you're going to come, please bring your umbrella, your hat, your glasses, and your mask, because we do social distancing, and we do require a mask and hand sanitizers as you walk in the door. We also only allow up to 10 people in the lobby at a time, so that reduces the number of couples that are inside.
Wow, that's great. So love is not canceled in Las Vegas.
Not at all. Not at all. We're actually surprised. July is typically, it's hot here in June and July and August. And halfway through August, it typically starts to cool down, and we're hoping that happens again this year. So these are not typically our busiest months, but we're seeing a steady inflow of couples from all over the country, and some from even all over the world.
That's fantastic. And so they are flying in from all over. So they're flying in from, you just said it, they're flying in from all over the country and all over the world.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of couples from the East Coast, California, Arizona, Utah, Texas, the surrounding drive destinations, and a lot from the East Coast as well. My understanding is that not all clerks have reopened for marriage licenses, and so some people are coming again because when you get married, it's a different kind of, it's a contract. It's probably the most important legal contract you sign in your life, because with that contract, which is a civil contract, you bring somebody into your family. They're actually in your family now, which means that they have access to your finances. You have access to theirs. If you get infected with COVID, this is the person that you rely on to make medical decisions for you, and that you can make medical decisions for. So it's actually a very serious, although love is wonderful, it's also a very serious commitment. And a lot of people have found, I think, with this coronavirus, that they really do want to have that backup. They want to have a person that has their back, that they know, that they can trust, that they can literally hand their life over and feel safe.
Absolutely. 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 One of the questions that we seem to get, and I know the answer because we've kind of talked about it, but a lot of couples don't understand, like, nowadays everything is like drive through this and curbside pickup, but in your office, you literally have to come in. There's no doing this over the internet. Do you want to explain why they have to do that?
Absolutely. It's one of the reasons that the officiants are licensed as well through the county clerk, so that we have some control over how they perform. Again, this is a civil contract, the most important that you'll ever sign in your life. And so the forcing people to come into the office, it's not a fishing license where you just show your ID and then you get the license. Having people come through the office gives us an opportunity for us to vet the couple and for the officiant to vet the couple. So if the person is not able or willing to get into this contract, where you're basically giving a large portion of your life over to someone else's care, for most people that's a wonderful thing, but sometimes it's not. Yeah, this weekend, for instance, we had a couple come in. Both of them seemed to be willing, but as they were leaving, we heard the groom say to the bride, "Well, now you can't testify against us." So we looked up the name. They were from Utah. He had an article in the paper. He was going to court the next day, charged with assault and trafficking. He had taken a girl to a truck stop, told her to make some money for him. So she went inside and reported it, and the police came and arrested him. So he shows up 2 days later and beats her up in front of her 3-year-old. So that's why you don't want to just, okay, anybody can get a license from anyone, because you don't know what the circumstances are. And you'd be surprised how often, when there's something not right, we can pick it up. And so can the efficient pick it up. And if we do pick up that there's something really not right, that the person has had a stroke and is incompetent to make this kind of decision, and they're just after their estate, we can pick those kinds of things up if it's in person.
Wow. Yeah, it's super important. It's a lifetime commitment. So absolutely, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I guess nowadays everybody's just so used to, like I said, that like, why do we have to do this? So that makes perfect sense. So what are you hearing in regards, like, what are you hearing about in the wedding community right now when it comes to getting married during this time, during this C-19 time? What are people saying about it?
I think people are more committed to getting married than ever. Again, I think it's because you do want somebody to have your back. You do want somebody that you can really count on, that you don't have to question every day whether they're going to be there for you. And so I think it's made a lot of relationships stronger. The couples that have come in general, have been extremely happy. Some have driven a long way to get married because the Marriage License Bureau isn't open in their state. But they're not marrying the same way that they were before. That smaller couple, I mean, not smaller couples, but smaller parties, they're kind of foregoing the big parties, the big, restaurant pre-dinner.
Like the receptions where we would, like, kind of where we would come in with the DJ and dancing.
A lot of the photography, right, all those kinds of, they still want the photography, but it's more personal. They want this millennials always did, I think, want more focus on them and why they're getting married and less on the pomp and circumstance. But this has really sharpened that desire, I think. So they really just want to have the core people around them. And then what Las Vegas offers that I don't know if other communities offer is the live streaming. So most of the chapels now have live streaming, so you can still incorporate your family and friends that do want to have the social distancing, but you do want them to be part of your wedding. And so they're taking advantage of that kind of technology to include people, but still kind of stay safe and not postpone the wedding too far.
Yeah, no, that's great. Streaming is always been great. Streaming the wedding ceremonies where people can actually see them tie the knot. So that's an absolute. I think anybody who is planning a wedding in Las Vegas should go for that option, because that way grandma can see you getting married, Aunt Mary. It's pretty awesome. No, I agree. And things are open. I think that's another misconception, is that people think, well, I'm coming to Las Vegas. It's not going to be the same, but like it's better. I think it's better. It's less crowded than maybe it used to be, and I think there's more photo opportunities now with downtown, with the architecture and
I
culture
think
that
so
we have.
too. Yeah, it's not as crowded as it has been in the past, and that's not a bad thing. So that you can go and don't have to make a reservation 4 days in advance to get in the restaurant that you want. Not all restaurants are open, and not all casinos have all of their properties open, but there are places to stay. There are places that aren't casinos that also are great places to stay. May not have gaming, but then you can go to the casino to do your gaming. There's a lot of people are trying to offer outdoor dining, which is also a great option. And people are wearing their masks, which is a great thing because we don't want to infect each other. You wear your mask not to protect yourself, but to protect those around you. So remember that when you're wearing the mask, that's a sign of respect for the people around you. And I think that that's a good thing. Until we can get this under control, we need to do everything we can to take care of each other. And that's
Absolutely. No, I agree. I agree. And there's so much in Las Vegas that we offer, between going out to the lake. We have a Lake Las Vegas that people could adventure to. They can go to Death Valley if they really wanted to. I mean, it's a little hot in July to go to Death Valley, but hey, deserts and dry lake beds. And there's just a plethora of choices. You don't have to be in a nightclub, and you don't have to be in a bar. I mean, it could just be something
That's right.
really cool.
Well, and Mount Charleston's right here, so you can
Yes.
mountains within an hour easy drive and be on the top of the mountains that I think just lost their snow, a couple weeks ago, snow-capped mountains. There's a lot of wilderness to go see too. The Black Canyon canoeing and rafting is a fabulous trip to take. I know that a couple reached out to me a couple weeks ago asking how to get married on a Black Canyon rafting trip.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it's just beautiful. Really, the mountains are just gorgeous. You're in this narrow canyon with red stone all around you. You often see mountain goats and lions. There's hot springs, waterfalls, and it's all within an easy distance of Las Vegas.
Absolutely. So much to do. So we're about to wrap it up. So my question to you is, what advice do you have for a couple that's thinking about this? Should they, shouldn't they? What advice would you want to give them?
Well, if you can postpone your wedding and make it bigger and more special, take a couple weeks, take a couple months until things calm down and have the wedding of your dreams. What we're seeing couples do is come and have the small wedding that they still appreciate, to have the ceremony, and then a lot of people are booking the ceremony of their dreams when they come back with all the big spectacular parties. So whether you want to get married in a very small ceremony or whether you want to plan something for next year, we, again, are the wedding capital of the world because we have wedding professionals. That's all they do all day, every day. It saves you a ton of money You can have the wedding of your dreams for a fraction of what you could probably do it at home. So, plan your party accordingly and welcome to Las Vegas.
Yep, and we're seeing people booking for 2021 and 2022. So, people I just talked to a couple today that's coming in from Ohio for 2021, and they're excited and they're ready to party. So that's great. So Lynn, is love canceled in Las Vegas?
Love is never canceled in Las Vegas. It's the heart of our city. It's what helped build Las Vegas into the international entertainment capital of the world. And it's where couples from all over the world come to realize their dreams.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, everybody, we want to thank Lynn Marie Goya, everybody, our Clark County clerk. She is the person that you'll see her signature on your wedding certificate. So, on your marriage license. So thanks, Lynn, for being on today. It's such an honor to have you here and to talk to everybody. And you all know how to get in touch with her. You'll see her office. I'll have her contact information, of course, in the bio, so you'll be able to see that in the show description. So thank you, Lynn. Once again, everybody, I am Jodi Harris. I am the CEO of Fun. I am also the president of the Las Vegas Wedding Chamber of Commerce. If you want to see more of these great shows, these Weddings Done Right shows, Love is Not Canceled in Las Vegas, then what I want you to do is do me a favor. Click the subscribe button. Do it right now. Hit that little subscribe button. And every time we have a live show, you'll get notified that there is a live show ready for you to watch. So once again, thank you for spending your time with us. Thank you so much. And love is not canceled in Las Vegas. We will see you guys soon. Be safe, everybody. Thank you.